Hello guys and welcome back to another episode. So today in the States, tomorrow in the Europe, we are getting the new content for patch 8.2. We are getting raids, new dungeons, better gear, new arenas for PvP and a ranked season again. So a lot of things to do today in the States, tomorrow in the Europe. I know that's how it is to be in the Europe, we always number 2. Well, so let's go through this kind of survival guide Blizzard they made for us so we can see what we actually are getting for tomorrow. So first of all, we're getting the new raid called Azshara's Eternal Palace. Pretty much we're going in attack along the new bosses, we're going to defeat Azshara, and well, tomorrow, you can see here, tomorrow, okay, it actually doesn't say that, but tomorrow we are getting the normal and we're getting the heroic part of the raid. So you will get normal and heroic. But 1 week later we get the first raid finder and the mythic. And the mythic is going to be really fun because there's going to be a lot of big guilds that will be streaming together in some kind of professional studio. So that's going to be pretty fun to watch. But again, tomorrow, well, today in the States, tomorrow in Europe, we're getting normal and heroic new raid. Season 3 begins for, well, basically Season 3 for PvP and also Mythic Dungeons. So that's pretty cool. We're getting the new dungeon called Operation Mechagon. Operation Mechagon it's designed as a raid with 8 bosses, but it's actually a 5-man raid. So you can basically call it a 5-man raid. And in this raid here, we're getting some unique trinket items where it's not a dungeon you can just run through. You have to do a lot of mechanics like hiding from some enemies. You have to run around some stuff. You can basically wipe very easy no matter what gear you have. You need to play cool in this or else it'll wipe. We're also getting new Mythic Affix. So we are getting new Mythic Affix, Beguiling. Oh yeah, that's a cool one. It's a really cool themed one. Queen Azshara's agents have infiltrated dungeons to strike Azeroth champions when they least suspected. 3 different emissaries will bolster enemy ranks and prove to be deadly adversaries, making them priority targets that must be defeated. Visiting emissaries can change by week and can even disrupt patrolling units who stop to praise them. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's actually quite cool that we're getting a new affix. Well, oh, okay, so this is the free emissary you can meet. Void Touched Emissary. Upon engaging this enemy, the Void Touched Emissary will cast an uninterruptible spell over several seconds that will let loose a powerful 60-yard area effect bolt of energy. Smite this foe before it complete the ritual or hide from it to survive. Hide. Enchant Emissary. This powerful foe uses your own magic against you by enchanting its nervy allies with an aura that reflects a large person damage back at the attacker. Emissary of the Tides. This enemy supplies an aura to nervy nemesis that cleanses and makes them immune to crowd control effects. Pretty cool. Mythic Keystone Dungeon updates. Item level reward from level 120 normal, heroic and mythic dungeons have been increased by 30. That is really cool. Baseline rewards is now, so normal dungeons is giving 370 items, heroic is giving 385, and mythic 0 key, so mythic normal is giving 400 eye level. 4 freaking eye level. Oh my god. That's pretty cool. And the first week, well, Mythic Keystone reward has been increased by 30 item level during the first week of Season 3. Reward from the end run chest will be capped at an item level of 450. For Mythic Keystones at +6 difficult, and the weekly cash will be a Season 2 reward. So that means tomorrow, the first week, you only have to do a +6. So if you do a bigger than +6 the first week, well, basically today in the States, tomorrow in the Europe, if you do a bigger than +6, you don't get any better gear. It's only +6 that will give you the best gear this week, the first week. After this week, of course, +10 will again give you the best. Beginning the second week, the Season 3, the weekly cash will not be affected by the cap and will reward Season 3 items at the high item level. Completing a Mythic Keystone at level 10 during the first week will provide the highest item level in the weekly cash when it's available in week 2. Basically what I said. Enemy health and damage in Heroic Dungeon increased by 25. Okay, so they actually make them a bit stronger. Health and damage of enemies in non-Keystone Mythic Dungeons increased by 30. Normal dungeon are unchanged. Okay, so normal is unchanged, but Mythics is also increased. I mean, that's pretty fine for thinking about the gear is also better. Mythic Keystone have been reduced by an additional 3 levels to account for this difficult increase. Mythic Keystone has been reduced by an additional 3 levels. So that means the 3 first level will actually be easier, if I understand this correctly. The enemy health and damage bonus in Mythic Keystone Dungeons now increased by 10 was 8. Okay. Titan Residuum. Increased Titan Residuum rewards earned by the weekly chest and from scrapping illegal Azeroth item armor. Spend your hard-earned Titan Residuum on new item level 430, 455, jeez. 45, yeah. Essence update. 8 new Essence are now available to earn in Azshara's Eternal Palace, Operation Mechagon, PvP, and Mythic Keystone Dungeons. Azshara Eternal Palace Essence. Okay, so this is defeat the new raid bosses in Azshara's Eternal Palace to earn the following Essence. 1 for tank, 1 for damage, 1 for healer. Operation Mechagon is giving a vision perfections. Drop off the final boss. Player versus player, conflict and strife. Earn 500 conquest to unlock this essence in your next weekly PvP chest. That's pretty cool, so everyone can actually get this very easy in PvP. Mythic Keystone Dungeons. Clear a Mythic Keystone Dungeon at level 4 greater to receive the following essence. So 1 for damage, 1 for tank, and 1 for heal. I like that. Player versus player update. Welcome to Season 3. Season 3 brings a wave of new player versus player content. Participant can earn 2 new Basilisk mount, and the highest rated player will unlock a Gladiator mount. Reward item. Item level of rewards earned from war chest, on rank, competent, challenge, blah blah blah, is increased by 30. Item level of the end match reward is increased by 30. I think you got before 340, so that's 50, 60, 70, so 370. So basically Battlegrounds is giving the same eye level as normal dungeons. Again, in Blizzard don't really care about PvPers. Well, okay, should we get better gear in Battlegrounds? I mean, everyone can do a Battleground, so. During the first week of Season 3, the end match reward will be capped at item level 450. The chest again, like the dungeons. This will require challenge rank to earn. Beginning in week 2, the challenge rank will receive item level 420. Neo Heroic Warfront. So this one here is actually a thing I'm really hyped for. Now we can do Warfronts, but Heroic Warfronts. And Heroic Warfronts will give an item level of 430 every time you do it. That's really high eye level, but it's going to be so hard. It's going to be so hard. An Asian of enemy has drawn their lines and hordes to high seas, but the battle for Azeroth still escalates on land with heroic battle for Stromgarde. In this expansion's first Heroic Warfront, the enemy commander takes a more active role on the battlefield, and up to you your team to bury him in the dirt. So basically that means the boss of the enemy team, he's actually going now to attack your boss to kill him, so you basically lose. You lose. End of the match. Lose. With an army at his back, the enemy commander will join the first wave of forces and attempt to destroy your fledgling base. Grouping us up is key to surviving the onslaught. Tactics and strategy will require to turn the tides to win. You will need to coordinate with your primate group of 10 to 20 players to outmaneuver the enemy. Those who can survive and drive back the enemy will apply rewarded with an item level 430 equipment once per assault phase. Oh, so it's only once. Okay, so every time you do it once, you get a 430. Okay, that's fair. Interact with the war table in Borealis or in the port of Zuldazar with your raid group to join the fight. Note that the options for queue to heroic battle for Stromgarde will be available when the next time a certain faction commences an assault on Arete Highland in a given region. Regions that are already partway through the Battle of Stromgarde attack cycle will be able to access heroic difficult. the next time Highlands comes on attack. So, I mean, this is pretty much everything that we are getting today in the States, tomorrow in Europe. So, that was the free information I had for you. So thanks for watching, and leave down a comment and tell me what do you think about all this new content. I mean, I'm pretty hyped for it. Tomorrow I will have a pre-made group for the new 8 boss dungeon, Mechagon, Operation Mechagon, and I'm definitely going to record it and show you all how the new dungeon is. So really looking forward for it. So again, thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow in the next content phase. Peace out.